Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it is day of the fusion. I'm going to go through the events, go through the fragment summon schedule, see what it looks like. I think Rathalos here, by the way. I'm on day 3 of the chase, but I think it's going to be a really fun addition to the free-to-play challenge, which kicks off tomorrow. If you've not seen the details of that, I have done a separate video, which I'll pin down below. But free-to-play challenge kicks off tomorrow. I will be live streaming with some of the content creators at 7 p.m. UTC. And then we will go live on the challenge from 8 p.m. UTC. There's a whole section in my Discord around the free-to-play challenge if you want to get involved, if you want to get some banter going. But yeah, really looking forward to starting that one. And I feel like this is going to be a cool champion to be playing with on the free-to-plays as well. So let's get into it then. We should see already, hopefully, the fragment fusion stuff popping up in-game. Well, let's read through this, actually. It looks like there's some extra info here. So we know about the champion. I think decent, but I'm going to be doing some testing today. Hopefully a video later today, but if not, definitely tomorrow on this fusion. It might end up being tomorrow, so I've got a whole bunch of fateless stuff to do as well today. But yeah, I will be putting out a video on this champion really soon so you can see her capability. My initial perception is, I think it's a good fusion, by the way. Some people are saying, no, I don't think it's a good one. I think this is a good fusion, but that's without actually doing the playtesting yet. I'll go through the events through the schedule in a second. I was just interested in what they were saying at the bottom here. Events and tournament starts. Yes. What's this here? Last but not least, if you manage to collect all 5 champions on the Monster Hunter franchise, you will get 2 legendary tomes, 2 rank 5 chickens, some multi-battle, some energy, and some silver. Whoop-de-woo. That's obviously going to be very hard to get. It looks like 4 of them, based on the initial kind of like info they gave out, 4 of them should be obtainable through some form of gameplay, whether it's login, whether it's fragment collect, and then there's 2 of the other 5, 2 of the 5 had some other kind of in-game activity. I don't know exactly what those are, but it had some sort of in-game activity. And then the void one is just shards. So it feels like this is pretty unlikely for the average player to get. Let's just have a quick look here. So we are starting to get the tournament stuff up. Also, just want to call out a couple of things. There is a free gear removal going on in-game right now. How long for? For a few days until the 15th of January. I guess this is in line with like the reset of Sintranos. Personally, I just finished Sintranos. I wish they would almost like give us a week. The first level's super easy on Sintranos. It's when you get a bit further in, it gets harder. I've already done a load of suggestions to Raid about silver. I've given them 3 suggestions, which I think would help people generally. This is good, by the way. I like this. A few days a month to do free gear removal. We've turned on free premium optimizer as well. If anyone wants to get involved in optimizer stuff, we've turned it on again to let people make the most of all of our kind of like perk stuff, the free premium stuff. But yeah, I've suggested at least 50% of the current cost to move gear around. I've suggested up the silver rates for selling stuff from all dungeons to get them in line with where they are from Spider. And I've suggested that Sintranos has big silver rewards as well to help people play that game mode. The game mode's super fun. I mean, I experienced it firsthand. I spent probably 200 million silver over the month to beat Sintranos, and it was bloody hard. And at the end, I'll be totally honest, I was selling artifacts from Spider without even looking at them because I just needed silver, which is that's a crazy way to play the game. So I wouldn't have been able to beat it if I didn't do that yesterday. So that's where it was at. Also, before we get onto the fusion, there will be a fusion guide, which Never from the team keeps up to date. Here it is, which will be updated on a daily basis around what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, to make like the most optimal path. So I'll pin that down below. So let's check this out. We have got here ZINOGRE Blade Master. She is going to be available within the next 2 weeks. So 135 fragments up for grabs, 20 of which are just for tournament winning. So they've taken away, this is an interesting move. I don't know why they've done it, honestly, but they've taken away points for every tournament win. And they've just kind of like stacked more into a couple. That's a bit worse for an average player because you never know who you're going to get in these tournaments. And The 2 they've taken away from generally, they're long. Yeah, so the 2 that are left are long, which just gives more, people with more resources better opportunity, I think. Whereas you might be able to sneak an arena one if you're a normal player. You might be able to sneak a Fire Night one if you're a normal player, because generally people get to the level and then they stop. So unless you really needed those extra points, you don't kind of carry on. That being said, 135 up for grabs. Take away the tournament points, 115, and you've got a champion chase is 15 points and a summon rush is 15 points. So that 100% means you could only do one summon event if you want to and get this champion. That's actually quite big. So only one summon event is compulsory to do this, which is quite cool actually. Looking through this then, champion training is really long. Let's see if that one's already in game. It will sound bad to you. Like no matter what we see here, the points will sound bad, but these are normally some of the easier events to actually win on. Is the champion training in yet? No, it comes up in like half an hour or so. It's going to be a lot of points because it's so long. But if you do the quadruple your points strat, then this is very, very doable. Do you need me to do a fresh video on how to do that? Do you need a fresh video, or do you want to just check out the video I've done? Because nothing's changed. Maybe I'll pin that down below as well. But champion training is generally pretty good. And is champion training the one where you get points for books and stuff or not? Yeah, so if you use steel tomes in here, if you upgrade with ascensions and stuff, that will all give you points towards that. So bear that in mind for when you are doing this. That can give you a chunk of points if you need to book someone out anyway. Things like Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, it's all just a case of energy usage, really. Generally, it works out about 1 energy per point that you need, as long as you're farming, a half decent level. So that's just about, do you have energy stores? Do you have gems available to use, to get the extra energy you need? Yeah, do like 1,300 a day anyway. Remember, you don't have to complete all of these on day one. Let's just check out the clan shop. Chicken's in there right now, so the next rotation comes basically next week. So there's no extra energy available from here in the clan shop. Should buy up some things whilst I'm in here. Anyway, so yeah. But there's obviously tons of places where you can get energy from. It's making sure that you're utilizing as many of those as you can, these different events as they pop in. Normally, the worst ones recently have been Dungeon Divers. Let's see what the first Dungeon Divers is looking like. These have been horrendous recently. Like for the last year, 3,700 points. And we're talking, if you're farming like, say, stage 20 dungeons, you're talking probably something like 16 points per run. So 3,700, divide that by 16. So like 230 runs. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a lot. But remember, it's over a bunch of days. So a lot of people make this mistake of trying to do everything the day it comes out. You've got time. So your Dragon Tournament dovetails into your Dungeon Divers, and the Champion Training also dovetails into Dungeon Divers here. Artifact events where you just make silver as you're doing the rest of the event. So just be kind of clever with what you do. Ice Golem doesn't really... I guess Ice Golem dovetails into this Dungeon Divers, a second one. So maybe you kind of hold energy until you need to get involved with that. And then you get your kind of like double bubble points. Classic Arena is just being active in the arena. Second artifact event, you should be making your silver from doing this as well. And then we kind of got Champion Training, which is the harder of the two because that's no books, that's nothing like that. So Champion Training works with the first Dungeon Divers and with the second one. So again, use your energy efficiently there. Fire Knight as well, kind of like flips into both. Then got your Champion Chase and your Summon Rush, your two summoning events. So Champion Chase is easier to do because you can pre-work on getting some fusion stuff done. So let's say you haven't pulled Lady Mikage yet and you've got resources to do it, then you can save up any of your kind of like fusible epics, fusible legendaries from here to pull during Champion Chase. But you can also utilize what am I doing? Fragments. Yeah, so any fragment stuff. See, I've kept Bovos here ready for the next Champion Chase. Any Doom Tower champions that you've got going on, you collect the fragments up, pull them at that time. Any that you're buying up from the bazaar, for example, you can use the fragments from that time. So Champion Chase tends to be the easier of the two if you were only going to do one summoning event. So yeah, bear that in mind. Otherwise, it's all kind of pretty self-explanatory. I guess I would, as I said, I'm going to play test this champion, see what I think, and try and get a video out at the very least tomorrow and see what I think. But ultimately, I think this is a pretty decent schedule versus most. And I will be going for this champion. On the face of it, before playtesting, I think she looks pretty damn decent, actually. So that's my view. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking. Comment down below. Is this one you're going after or not? And what do you think of the schedule? I've been Hell Hades. Also, don't forget, there will be a Fusion calendar on hellhades.com helping people through on a daily basis with what they need to do to get this done. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.